Hi everyone, welcome back to Easy Cooking with Linda B. Today we'll make for you Johanna's green bean salad. Johanna was my mother-in-law. My husband grew up on a dairy farm here in town, and they always had a vegetable garden and an abundance of vegetables. And this is how she made her salad because they had so many green beans. I'll show you how I put it all together. So what you will need is green beans. In this container there's about close to 2 pounds of green beans. Also we have a half a cup of very finely chopped red onion. And also I have about a quarter of a cup of finely diced Monterey Jack cheese. You can use whatever cheese you want. And of course we're going to need oil. I'm using extra virgin olive oil and vinegar. I'm using, in this case, the rice vinegar. You can use whatever flavor vinegar you want. And then of course salt and pepper. It's a very simple salad. So the first thing we're going to do is get the green beans cooking. So I'm going to put them in the boiling water and I'm going to let them cook for about 5 to 6 minutes until they're fork tender, not soft, because you want to have a little bit of a crunch when you eat them. Okay, so now I have a pot of boiling water here. It's a rolling boil. I'm going to take my green beans, pour it in. Just be careful not to get burned. Water is super hot here. And then in order to keep the green beans green, you need to pour in salt. Give it a stir. So what you need for this to do is come back to a rolling boil, occasionally stir it, take your fork after about 5 or 6 minutes and poke into one of the green beans and see how tender they are. If the fork just goes right through it, then it's ready. Take them out and then we're going to shock it in an ice bath. Okay, so the green beans have been boiling for about 5 minutes and that's the fork tender you want. Like I said, you don't want to overcook them because then they're going to get way too soft. So now the next most important thing is we have to stop them from cooking. So I'm going to shock them in ice water. Try to get most of this water out and I'm going to plop it right in here. And then what I'm going to do is move the green beans around. This will take a few minutes for it to completely cool. Once it's done, I will drain this, dry them, and then I'll place them in the bowl and then I'll show you how Johanna would put them together. Okay, so now my green beans are completely cooled and I dried them. So now what I'm going to do is add the oil. There's no actual measure. What I do is I drizzle it over, and then what I like to do is stir it to make sure that each green bean gets coated before I go to the next step. Like that, and that looks pretty good. You can see the shine on them. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little bit of pepper and sprinkle a little bit of salt in here. Maybe a little bit more. Not too much because I boiled it in salty water. And I'm going to give that a mix. Then we're going to add our onions, red onions. Not sure if I want all of those. Give this a stir. And then I'm going to now add the cheese, the Monterey Jack cheese. Okay, that looks really good to me. So thanks to my cameraman and it's him being observant, I forgot to add the vinegar. So we're going to give it what I would call just a kiss of vinegar. To me that would be approximately a tablespoon. So I'm going to sprinkle a little bit on top. And then give it a mix. Now, if you like to add other seasoning to this, you can. If you like to put onion powder or garlic powder or even paprika, by all means do that. We just keep it simple. Johanna kept it always simple like that. I'm going to taste this. It's good. A little more salt. And a little more pepper, and I think this will be it. Okay, so now I have my plate. I'm going to pour my green beans into it, a little at a time. I don't want it all over. And there you have it, Johanna's green bean salad. Well, I hope you enjoyed watching this video on how I made this very simple salad. That was my mother-in-law Johanna's recipe. Please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Leave me a comment. And remember, enjoy life and never stop learning. Bye now.